This game is nothing about fishing. It just says Fisherman's Tale. Hints, nah. Credits, no. Start. Prologue. Start. Okay. So this is Fisherman's Tale. It's technically a tale about a fisherman who made a doll, and you play as the doll.
Now, stop me if you have heard this one before. Once upon a while ago, there was a fisherman's puppet, carefully made by hand. The puppet lived a simple life inside a model lighthouse, with everything in its place. And every day began the same way when he brushed his wooden teeth. Well, if you don't think wooden teeth need brushing, you've never had a cavity and a splinter at the same time. Next, he put a log inside his little stove to warm things up. The puppet would nice and warm, safe from the storm. Next, he would take his duster and carefully dust his lucky seashell over there on the shelf. There, the shell reminded him of the sea when it was calm. Next,
What?
the fisherman would open wide his window to check the weather.
So this game is very glitchy.
A quiet sea tonight.
Because I have played this before. This is my first time
Finally,
playing.
and most important, every day he would work on his latest model. There, in the center of the room, a perfect model of his own little lighthouse, exact in every detail. It was nearly finished too. Only 2 pieces needed to be added to the Yes!
Oh, and I apparently can't look behind me because if I do,
The model should be a perfect replica.
It
There
does
was
that.
a section of the wall missing and a model cabinet. They must have been around here somewhere. Good. Now, the final touch. A tiny puppet of himself to put inside. There. Lucky this model snapped together. Now, tired out from his routine, the fisherman will rest his aching wooden bones in his own rocking chair and go to sleep. And dream of models. Safe inside, where the smell of paint and glue was always fresh, where the world was simple and snapped together, the puppet would follow his routine. Brush his wooden teeth, dust his lucky shell, and work on his model.
yeah, it just showed a mile in the middle of the table for some reason. So I'm gonna officially stop the Skyrim playthrough because it just
Wells
doesn't
within
work.
wells, walls within walls, closing out the storm so it could never reach inside. Until one night, something changed.
Alright, Fisherman's Tale. Yep.
Fishing season has begun and stocks are looking thin again this year. We all know there's a big catch waiting out there somewhere, but hold your hauling lines. Reports are saying a huge storm is blowing in. It might be nothing, but better safe than salvage, I always say. Coming up next, another hour of
Come back!
nautical news.
So the ship that's going is the guy who created me. And now we have to try to save him. He dies, though. And at the end of the game, it will show us how.
Every morning, the fisherman's up to walk inside his model lighthouse with everything in its place. And he began his day the same way. Except this morning, something felt different. Mon Dieu, the window had been boarded up. The fisherman didn't remember doing that. Even when the storm came, he was safe in here. But no two silly planks of wood were going to get between him and his routine. Ah, this would do. What was it Papa used to say? Use the right tool for the right job. Nearly there. What was this feeling? The fisherman hadn't felt like this for a long time.
What? You see what I mean? I didn't even let go of the grip button and somehow just flew away.
At last, the smell of the ocean. But outside, not the sea. He couldn't believe his wooden eyes. Outside the room was another room, a replica room. And standing in it, a huge but very familiar figure of a fisherman. And he knew that if that huge figure were to turn, its face would be very familiar. Sacre bleu. If this was what lay outside, it was all there inside the model, exact in every detail. But the tiny version of himself, it was moving. He was inside the model, he was outside the model, and just who was pulling all the strings?
Dear listeners, a general alert to all lighthouses, in spite of all of our thrilling up-to-the-minute lighthouse keepers, make sure your lights are shining bright. I repeat, a lone boat has gone out into the storm.
The lighthouse. The world might be folding in on itself, but only one thing mattered now. He had to turn on the lighthouse lamp high above. The life of a fellow sailor was at stake. A huge anchor blocked the only door. Whoever did it must really want to keep the storm out, or keep something in. Of course, as below, so above. When he lifted the tiny anchor, the large one was lifted by his giant self. Zut! The door was locked. He must have put the key somewhere last time he left this room. Now, when was that? And then, my friends, the strangest thing happened. Inside this room where he knew every cranny and nook, an unfamiliar voice said,
Hey, you. Yes, you, the scruffy-looking puppet. Yeah, you with the strings. Over here, on the shelf. Are you cracked in the cockle? Why did you move the anchor? Why? Oh, why did you take the roof off?
The fisherman, he felt, well, his lucky shell had just started talking to him, and very rudely too, so he did not feel so great.
You test me every day and you thought I just had nothing to say? I'm an hermit crab, Sonny, and you might not appreciate a nice quiet hiding spot, but I do. Now, shh.
And what are we hiding from?
I'm hiding from the storm. Why do you think I stole the key?
The key? The key? Where is it?
Oh, fill the crab sticks.
The fisherman took a deep breath. Oh, hermit crab, craftiest of all crustaceans, I must get to the top of the lighthouse. Those sailors out there may be looking for us. We must be brave.
Brave? Brave? If you can't find me my hat, I will be the captain, of course. And the captain needs his hat. And the life preserver, just in case. Then, just this once. We will be...
Uh-oh. Okay, there it is.
Well, of course, courageous Captain Crab, said the fisherman. Your hat and the life preserver. Now, where would an everyday wooden puppet find a tiny life preserver and a hat fit for a crab?
Gotta come over here. Up overhead. There we go.
So, you found everything? Well, if a little wooden puppet like you can do this, then I will be brave. Now, just let me get out of this damn shell. Phew. Breezy. I feel so much lighter, and the world feels so much bigger. I don't think I can go back into my shell after this. All right, let's do this. I'll help you open the door, so you can save your fellow silly old sailor. And I, as captain, shall courageously remain here, on guard. Now, let's see.
You
Where
see,
did I
the
leave
key's
the
in
key?
there in the green
I
too.
was holding the key when I was...
So what we want to do
Then I had a sudden itch, and then blast it.
is
I don't remember.
put it in front of us.
That
Grab
will
the
do.
key.
All right, are you ready?
Throw the shell.
Me too,
Well, I mean, you don't have to throw the shell. So I'll do 2 chapters in a video.
I won't forget what you did for me. Your captain salutes you.
He would need to find his way up the tower in the darkness, and already he could hear the storm rising outside.
Oh no. You see, this isn't the end of the game, but this does show a little bit of what happened. Never mind.
We're with you through the night, fish fans, and remember, no catch is worth risking life and limb, even if it is the biggest, richest, fishiest catch you've ever seen. And to all you lighthouse keepers out there, keep those brights on. This one's
The biggest fish Papa ever caught. The fisherman had spent all his life trying to land a catch as big as that.
Well, don't you look like a dull drink? Water.
It was still alive. This went against everything he had learned. He had to get the fish some water.
I'm pretty sure it's the gray pipes. Right? Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's the gray pipes. The last time I played. Need this. Actually, let's just put it. So now, if I go into there, it should be right there. That.
You might say they were natural enemies, the fish and the fisherman, but he could not let it die of thirst.
Pretty sure the last one is in here. Never mind, it's a red.
There. Now the water will flow.
So now, if I twist this...
Success. Too much success. Water flooded into the model. Quick, hold your breath.
Oh.
The water closed over him, and the memories came flooding back. The coolness, the darkness, the ocean tossing and turning him like a rag doll. But wait a minute. Puppets can't drown. No, a bit of water wouldn't stop this fisherman.
Whoa. Okay.
Water everywhere. But is there anything to eat? I'm hungry.
Yep. Got
It seemed Papa had forgotten to feed his stuffed fish.
There must be food.
Hey,
Who are
sardine.
you, oh noble fish? And do you know how to reach the top of the lighthouse? The fisherman asked.
I'm a big-eyed tuna. My eyes are even bigger than my stomach. And if you want to go upstairs, my little amuse-bouche, well, you'll have to feed me first.
There must
Sardine.
be food out here.
Nothing? I'll starve. Any second now, I shall succumb to hunger. If only you find me some food.
Right there.
They smelled vintage, but a stuffed fish could hardly be picky. Hop, va chercher.
So you now decide to eat?
Yes, more. Good, but I need more. Bigger. These are just delicious. I want the main course. A bone? A fish bone? It's stuck in my throat.
What next? It seemed the fish had choked on its own appetite. And also a fish bone. He had to climb inside the mouse.
Well, guys,
fisherman
I'm gonna
was
leave this
afraid.
video
How
here.
many
If
of
you
these
liked
fishes
it, please subscribe, comment, like, do whatever people do. I'm gonna record